Alright, hello YouTube. Today we've got something kind of exciting, something kind of different. Buttonshy has another game design challenge. I've looked at a few of these in the past. Usually I use it as an inspiration to make something and I don't tend to submit something, but I thought this time it would be a great opportunity to build something all on camera, show it off on YouTube. You get to see what the whole process looks like. Me staring at a blank Photoshop document for 6 hours. And I figured it would be kind of cool to kind of introduce like following the challenge, what building the process is going to look like, how working with the constraints is going to work, and trying to fit ideas into the box that is the challenge. So first thing, this is a flip and write themed challenge, and the main part is we've got our limitations here. So you may only use certain components, which are 18 cards, which is great. I'm all about it. A single 4x3 sided scoring sheet. So if you saw my previous video where I was doing stuff on the Game Crafter, rather than using one of the glue sheets and the pads that they rip off, you could just add a downloadable file that is 4x3. So when we load up Photoshop, we'll literally put in 4x3. A rule booklet, which will probably also be digital, and then a pen or pencil. So the final product would be like a wallet. I do have one on me. That sounded really dumb. A wallet that holds 18 cards that I have on me because I have designed 18 card games and happen to have one. I'm gonna pull out my chunky leather wallet, which holds 18 cards, and then everything else can be pretty much digital. And then the player brings their own pen or pencil. But that's it, no additional components, and players may not write on cards or cut or modify the cards in any way. So this is kind of where you start, right? A lot of the times I'll pick something that exists and I will use that as a launching point. But this one, immediately I was thinking about Welcome To. Now, what Welcome To has is the deck of cards is, it has two different objects on it. One of them is a number, which is that's like a house number, and then you're placing the house numbers where you want them on your sheet, right? And the second thing is like a single icon, and the single icon is like a construction feature. So a pool, there's the BIS, which lets you have like a 4B, 5B or whatever, right? There's the park and stuff like that, which is like a some of them are set collection, some of them is kind of like the bonus to where you've put the numbers. And so I was thinking that I could start there. You have your 18 cards, which gives you 1 to 18, or you can duplicate. You can go 1 to 9, and there's 2 copies of each. And then on the back side, you'll have whatever symbols or whatever are, right? So I've even got that loaded up from whatever I was using before. We could put my guides in. 750, 75, 1050. I should just save a document that has this, so I don't have to do it every time, but I guess it doesn't take that long. So each card is going to have its own front and back. What if we make a sort of reverse Bejeweled game where you're getting shapes. You're choosing between shapes and you're dropping them into the grid. So it'd be sort of like reverse Tetris, except if you place matching stuff, it is erased rather than like a whole line evenly. So the scorecard is just a grid. It doesn't need to be anything fancy. But then each card is sort of like a cluster of gems or something. And each one of them has to be in a pattern a player can draw really easily. So let me just get my paintbrush here. Oops, that's a group. I want the layer of the other one. Okay. What? Okay. So from memory, the shapes from Bejeweled is like the diamond, the hexagon. So diamond is the white one. The hexagon is the white one. The diamond is the blue one. We have the red one, which is a square. Wait, no. Where's the hexagon? The orange one. Ah, the white one is like a circle. It has edges, but it's most closest to a circle. Triangle. Is that it? I think so. I mean, it's making my own thing. I don't think it matter that much, but I think this is a cool way to start. So you would have 18 cards, and each of them is a different combination of pattern of things. Each has like 3 gems, so that means you could have let's hide this for a second, make a new layer just so I can draw stuff. So you would have like one, it's gonna be super small, like a brick like this, an L shape, super convincing. I guess you could have more than 3 gems. But the other problem is that if it's not Tetris-like, as you're dropping it into your thing, you have to account for it falling down, because there's 4 different versions of this, and there's 2 different versions of this, which gives just 8 cards. And if you have 2 copies of each of those, that's 16. You still need 2 other cards that do something, which I guess could just be like an extra unbalanced copy of this or whatever. So you have like 3 across ones and then 3 down ones, right? So then if we know what our cards look like, and the cards are going to look like a collection of gems, we have to figure out how that comes onto the scoring sheet. Because we've picked shapes that aren't super difficult to draw, I mean, in theory, we could cut down on the pentagon. Could make it whatever that is. Let's forget about that. I'm trying to think. We have to figure out how it gets put into the grid. Because the main idea, I think, of what makes this interesting is not drawing stuff in, making combos, is drawing stuff in and then erasing things. So when you erase stuff off your sheet, you add points. You add points to your score. I think that's going to be the cool way to do it. So let's have a look. I think I actually have some royalty-free art that I can use for this. I want to find gems that match the shapes that I have, and try and pick ones that are distinctly different colored. Square. I can find a hexagon. That's kind of hexagony. Like that, and a circle. All of the circles look like a proper sphere. I think this is the best I got. Okay, we've got our gems. Delete these layers I'm not using anymore. What I need is a background. This is probably not the best. I want this one. Maybe this. See how that looks. So this is another piece of royalty-free art ripped from pexels.com. I actually kind of like this. I do actually kind of like this. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to create a project folder. And then in that folder, I have cards. So now we get to make combinations of these things in the different shapes. So let's start like this. I'm gonna move them up. Save it as a JPEG. In here. Okay, it looks fine. So now I need to make a different shape. What I'm also going to do is rename all of the gems by the quantity that exists. So when I swap one out, I'll know exactly how many I've got of each without having to redo it every single time. So I might actually swap these around. That's number 2. So now I can't do this pattern anymore. So we're going to move it. I'm going to take this one away and put this one in. I'm going to go like this. Like this. So this is now number 3. This is now number 2. This is now number 1. And that's our 3rd card. Okay. And then now we're going to take this out and not use it for a little while. I'm going to swap this and this. Just try to keep it a little straight. That's number 4. 14 more cards to go. So now we can't do this L shape anymore. So it's 2. 3. 2. So we're gonna do it like this. I might keep that one. Swap this one. So this guy needs to move. I'm gonna actually put him over here. Go like this. So on my other screen, I have the cards open. Nice big icon, and so I can see exactly what shapes and combos I have already. Three. So now there's 3 of each. I've got 5 cards that are all nice and neat. But I want to make sure I have different combos of stuff. So ball and gem. So these two already show up twice together. So I'm going to make sure that they're not together. Ball and triangle show up once, so I guess that's fine. I still need to put something here. This is perfect. Look at this. This is exactly what I want. Fix. Okay, and then so the other thing is that I could have technically 36 cards by having fronts on backs, depending on how much variation I really need of these 5 shapes. In the rulebook, what I'll do is I'll have this is hexagon, this is a square, this is a circle. So when people draw it, then I'm like, oh my god, I have to draw this sexy diamond thing. You're like, no, you don't. It's just a circle or a square. I don't know if I need to go for the full 36 just yet. Let me get closer and see how many things we've got, because it could just be doubles. Like faces 1 through 18 could shop twice in so it's not like 1 and 1, right? It could be like 1 and 16, so that you have options, and it's unlikely that you would see 2 of the same thing together. Like this, square and diamond. We actually have this exact combination already. Let's get rid of this guy, then this guy. Diamond in the top left. I'm gonna swap the square and the hex location. Seven. So then we have to teach players how physics is going to work with the gems dropping. So if there's a space, that diamond is going to come down and make an L again. But if you have something there already, it's going to slot down nicely. And so what you're trying to do is you're trying to get 3 circles in a row so you can rub them out. And you keep going until one person can't make a move. And then you'll score based on how many of each number of things you've lined up together. Which if we have, right now the way I want to do it is every set of 3 you get is points. Every set of 4 you get is points, right? But if we have an imbalanced number of objects, you could have purples. 3 purples is worth more than 3 diamonds, for example. I don't know if I've been keeping this very well, but it looks correct. I did just save this one. And I have 4 diamonds. Okay. So I do actually have one that is exactly this 3. I have one that is this 3. Ball, hex, diamond. I don't have ball, hex, diamond. Good. I've made 3 of the wrong shape. So I have this shape, I have this shape, I have this shape. I now need this shape. So all I have to do is move this over. That is 7. Whoops. And then I go back to this. No. Okay, sure. Swap those. Ball on the bottom. Seems fine. This is now number 8. So these are I deleted it. These are the 2 pairs of each of the 4 different L shapes. And so for the next thing, I was going to do 3s in a row. So my other problem is I don't know how big the grid is going to be. I think the grid needs to be 6 by 8. Sounds about right. Fit 2 of these in there. Okay. That's probably too big. Let's go like this. And then I'll need boxes for how much points each thing is. So let's grab. That's probably too big, but let's take it anyway. So it'll be 3 times your score, like your number, equals probably too big. I'm gonna keep in mind that everything's actually, I can just rotate the whole canvas. Oh, if I remember how to do that. Image rotation. Oops. There we go. Let's just redo the 3. Ideally, that would work better with a symbol. So maybe instead of 3x, I go back to my chat. I have made a mistake. Change the color of this to be white with drop shadow. No, maybe just black then. It's like off the top here, it's like combo. This needs to be tiny though. So I grab this, I copy it, bring it underneath. We change the 3 to a 4. Do the same again. Change the 4 to a 5. And God forbid anybody actually gets the 6 in a row. There'll be points for it. It's too big. I've made a mistake. It's not this one. Get rid of this. So I'm going to instead get one that says value. So combo is numbers. Yeah, I'm putting in the value of each one in points, right? And then the amount scored is how many you've got. So you'd write down 1, and then you'd rub it out, and then you write down 2, and then you rub it out, and then you write down 3, right? So come back to this. 3, 5. For some reason. 7. So this is what our grid currently looks like. Deeply unsexy. Grab our background again. Excuse me. This will need to be white. And then I need to put the grid onto the background, which is pretty fine. Let me look at the guideline again. I need to move stuff down. Need to move stuff down. Let's grab all of this. Move it in. Grab this. Shrink it a little bit. It should be safe. Make it taller. Okay. I want to grab all of these. Put it in a group so I don't mess. So now instead, I might grab this, draw it in layer, and drawing in white. How that looks. I hope it's good. This I can unfortunately see. Oops. Doing this without guys, it's not great, but this doesn't need to look deeply sexy anyway. The whole part of the competition is that it gets you building something mechanically, And if they like it and they want to publish it, they'll illustrate it. If I was going to make a game to illustrate and publish myself, it would look sexy already.
So this is what the grid looks like, and then you would be drawing your diamond here, great diamond, and then erase that as you get 3 in a row. Just leave it all out. So I'm going to save that. In here.
And come back to this. So if now we've got our score pad, we know how the score pad works. So wait, is that actually pulling from chat? Whoops. I didn't realize that. But anyway. Okay, this needs to get back to being extra large. Alright, so I need to figure out this. So I think pairs would be fine. Just three in a row, it's kind of wonky. So maybe we just do each combination of it like this, right? So we go, let's save this as, this is number 9, I believe. No. This. These. There's 3. Got this one. I think actually this is better. This is 11. Okay, grab this guy, put him down here, I think. Okay, this is nice, but this is in the wrong spot. Go like this. Save as. This is number 12. Keep gem in the middle, put this at the bottom, and the square at the top. So there's 13. You go do 6 of this and then 4 of the pairs. I guess that's okay. Anyway. I don't know if this game's gonna be easy or hard. I really don't. I have no idea what the difficulty level looks like. Stop these. 14. No. pairs now. Maybe like this. 15. Hold on the other side. Trying to not have them in the same position as much as possible. So now I have this problem where I have 3 pairs. That means there's exactly 9 of each gem, and I need 1 more card. Can't I just put all 5 on a card? It's chaos. Why not, hey? Mix them around a little bit.
Then every gem shows up exactly 10 times. I don't know how balanced that's going to be, but whatever. I've made a choice. So now we have all of our 18 cards. We have our score pad. We need to actually write a rulebook. So I actually am going to save this. Okay, so I have to fix stuff for later. I'm going to save this as well. This one. Yep. Okay, new. Pretty much always operate in pixels. Normally I just do 1 A4, honestly. If I make this whole thing a print and play, it really doesn't matter if it's an A4 or not. So we're gonna grab the background. And we're gonna write a rulebook. So we're gonna make a title. And once again, I'm regretting not having the gems handy anyway. Use this one. If I call it Bejeweled, am I just a hack? It does certainly feel like that. No, just remove it slightly. Thank you. Let's put that back a layer. It's the ugliest one. And then the purple one, which is the hex. It's this guy. I'm gonna make a title. Doesn't that look sexy? Actually, not that bad. Might do is just make that an object. Okay, I'm gonna zoom in. Zoom in. Okay.
look at our stuff. So first thing is setup. That is a huge one. Maybe this is fine. Okay, so sure that each player has their own score pad and a pencil and eraser. So I think I am gonna double up the deck, so it's gonna have different backs and fronts. Shuffle the cards into shuffle the cards, being mindful that they can be shuffled both in order, rotation, and face, and then set the pile in the center of the table. Okay, so we're shuffling the deck, and then we're going to figure out how each one is picked for place to choose their stuff from, right? In Welcome to, they have 3 piles, right? And you flip the top card, and then the back and the front together make your choice. Where so like one on the back is the number, on the front is the symbol, and together is how you know what you're putting where, right? With this, it's all gems. So you would be seeing 6 at once. It seems bad, because you want to be drawing 1 at a time. So maybe you see 3 at a time, and then each person writes down 1, and then all 3 of them get put on the bottom. Maybe. I don't know. We never said the game had to be good. It just had to be a game. Something I think about a lot. Because once it's a game, you can make it better. It's very rare that you can make it good straight away. Then everything's going on your line anyway. Then flip the first 3 cards in a row in the center. Okay. The turn. This should be slightly bigger, so you can pick it out. Should also be slightly bigger. Okay. The turn. Each player, excuse me, I press shift. Each player takes turns choosing a card from the center row and drawing the matching gem symbols onto their score pad. By choosing a row, then throwing the gems as if they had fallen downwards into any empty spaces. By choosing a column, not a row, and throwing the gems as if they had fallen downwards into any empty spaces. If at any time 3 of the same 3 or more gems, you're really not going to be able to get more than 3 unless if you literally sit it there and not erase it and choose to do it later. At any time, you may erase gems that match you may erase matching consecutive gems. Matching consecutive gems. Why is there a space? Why is this so hard? And score points equal to the number erased. Matching consecutive gems in a direct orthogonal line. So it can't be diagonal. Number of gems erased. So it can't be diagonal. It has to be horizontal or vertical. I totally indicated that backwards. And it can't like zigzag and stuff. A direct orthogonal line. And score points equal to the number of gems erased. New gems on consecutive turns may now occupy these now empty spaces. Just in case that wasn't clear. And we have the final with winning the game. The game ends when any player these conditions are met. Any player cannot any new gems into their grid, or any so formatted terribly, but anyway, any player reaches 60 points. I think 60 points is a long game for this, because that's 20 sets of 3. Can I place gems into the grid? Player with the most points wins. I'm going to move this down because I've forgotten about the turn. This one.
If at any time the gem deck is empty, shuffle previously used cards to form new. That's it. And then I like put my logo on the bottom or something. Okay. Makes it look like I've actually accomplished something. Makes it look slightly bigger than it is. Stamp right on there. And that's it, that's the whole game. We did it. Rulebook. Save as a PDF, not a JPEG. So I guess that's the whole thing. We literally took two different existing games to put them together. We took Welcome to, the card system that determines how you're getting your numbers, getting your pieces or whatever, the things that you're putting together to figure out how you score, and Bejeweled, a game that's about as old as me, and putting them together into a flip and write so that you're literally playing Bejeweled the board game. And we did it in an hour. I'll probably edit out a lot of me coughing and procrastinating, but we did it in 1 hour and 7 minutes. And that's literally the whole game. Like, I could print this out and I could play it right now. It's not a concept, it's not a, you know, it looks okay. And that's the whole game. That's where we're at. This is the kind of stuff that I like to do, whether or not it's a product I'm planning on releasing, but it's like a keeps my skills sharp kind of a thing where I'm getting new ideas about things. It's making me thinking about how stuff is built. It's making me think about how I can use different mechanics. I've not made many things in the flip and write space. It's something like Welcome to is a game I really enjoy and have played a lot, but I haven't been like, damn, yeah, I'm gonna build one of these things. You know, I haven't had a chance to make one that's actually gone somewhere. And Bejeweled is a game that I love. Bejeweled is a game that I play whenever the internet goes out. I wait for it to reconnect. But yeah, I hope this gives you something to think about. Hope you actually go and enter the Buttonshy competition. I'll leave a link for that below. I will make a print and play version of this, and I will leave a link for that below. And if you have any questions, anything like that, leave it in the comments. I'd love to hear about it, what you think and what you think of this. If you think it's crap, tell me. I probably agree with your criticisms. And hit that subscribe button, because I'm really trying to work on growing my YouTube these days. I'm making content like this, so hopefully you guys can see what I'm doing, what I'm working on, and learn a little bit about what this kind of process looks like. So that's it for now, but I will see you all later.